down here from Mountain Down Gaming. Now we are going to be starting a new MyLeague on the channel. The Sun's MyGM was fun, but MyGM is just too much to handle with settings and stuff. Like, the thing I hate about MyGM is like all the like trade settings. Like, you can't trade anyone right after you get them or sign them or draft them. Which drafting wouldn't be an issue because I like drafting rookies, but signed players I like to trade. So I'm going to be showing you guys 6 teams that I would like to do for my MyLeague. 5 of them I'm going to show, and one of them I mean is kind of hard. I'll figure out a way. And it's not the Cavs, obviously, and I decided not to put the Pistons in, even though I love my Pistons. I was thinking about the Pistons. The first team on the list is the Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks are an interesting team. The Hawks are pretty good. As you can see, they're currently 27-19, which is good. They're probably going to make the playoffs in real life. But there's been a lot of trade rumors with the Atlanta Hawks. And I don't think they know what they're doing. I think the Dwight Howard signing was extremely stupid. So we're going to have to work on that. There's been a lot of Paul Millsap trade rumors as well. And you know what I think the Hawks should do? I think they should build around Dennis Schroeder. I think Dennis Schroeder is one of the most underrated NBA players in the league. I think Dennis Schroeder can be a stud. So what I do for these type of votes is I have like a minute. Oh my, that was really bad. Really bad face-off. Like a minute and a half footage of the team. So I think they should build around Dennis Schroeder. I think Dennis Schroeder is a great player. Now I'm gonna make this MyLeague super realistic, and whenever I say that I end up not making it realistic. Dennis Schroeder from downtown. Nope. But Tabo Cephalosha, who I think is very old and he's not very good. But anyway, I'm gonna make this realistic. I'm literally gonna do 1 or 2 trades. Like the Suns one, I said I was gonna make realistic. We got Giannis and Joel Embiid. That's not realistic at all. Obviously, Giannis and Joel Embiid are studs, but that's not realistic. And we had 3 picks in the top 5, and we traded 1 or 2 of them. I think we traded the second one. I know that was the second and the 5th one for Giannis and Fawn Maker. So it was just extremely unrealistic. So that's the other reason why I want to start in MyLeague. So that's really all I have to say about the Hawks. I think they could use a lot of work, Kent Bazemore, I like Kent Bazemore, but he is getting paid ridiculous money. And with Dwight Howard, I mean, he did just get a nice offensive rebound, but he's just a cancer of a locker room. So let's move on to the next team. New York Knicks are a mess. They are just, I don't know what to say. There's been Melo rumors flying all over the place. Him for Kevin Love's been going on. Him to the Clippers. Derrick Rose, he's getting some drama too. Probably some rumors as well. And the Bulls made a good move of trading him. The Knicks need to build around that guy, Kristaps Porzingis. He is a stud. I think more people would agree with that than the Hawks building around Dennis Schroeder, because Schroeder hasn't proved he's a game changer yet. Kristaps has. For the Hawks, I think they maybe need to get someone else who's really good. And by the way, with the Hawks also, I really like the coach, Mike Budenholzer. But now on to the Knicks. Joakim Noah, they paid him way too much money. He has not been anything special for them. Courtney Lee, they signed him as well. So they got a complete roster overhaul in the offseason, just getting Rose, Noah, Lee. And it's just been a mess. Nice shot by Jeff Teague there. But we're not going to trade Melo or Rose right away. That's going to be exciting about if we did the Knicks with Melo and Rose. What are we going to do with them? Are they eventually going to get traded? We'll see. The Knicks, they just don't know what they're doing. Build around that guy who just got that sick block, and then the guy who was also just sleeping on defense right there. Kristaps. Kristaps has so much potential, and he's already shown he can be a stud. He arguably could have been an all-star this year. Some people might view him as a snub, which, to be honest, I don't blame people for viewing him as a snub. Kristaps deserves better. He deserves much better. He's not done anything wrong. I mean, once the booze came in when he got drafted, he had to have known that something is going on. And I mean, I'm pretty sure the Knicks fans, now they're in love with Kristaps, and I don't know what they're thinking. I feel bad for them, I really do. The Knicks are an embarrassment, minus that guy. Alright, next team. It's harder to find a team that's even more of a mess than the New York Knicks. But we have one. The Brooklyn Nets. Thanks a lot, Billy King. The Nets don't know what they're doing. They have no future. They don't have their draft pick, which is probably going to be #1 overall. They just stink. They almost beat the Cavs last night, but they were playing the Cavs in this game right now. But it was in Cleveland. Because I remember it was like the first quarter they were tied and it was in Cleveland and I thought that was hilarious. But, yeah, this Nets team's an embarrassment. Some of these starters should not be getting any minutes for, like, a good team with a good bench. Brook Lopez is their only decent player, and he's probably going to get traded at one time or another in this year. The only players who I like are Rondé Hollis-Jefferson and Karis LeVert and Isaiah Whitehead, all because they're very young. Those are the only players I would keep. Well, obviously, I'm not going to trade everyone year 1, okay? We're probably going to be bad for about 3 seasons. Aw, wish he got the 3. Oh my gosh, he missed it. That's the Nets for you. That's for Brooklyn Nets for you. Vincent Dinwiddie used to play for him. Was my Detroit Pistons. But the Nets are just awful. Awful. The Nets are by far the worst in the league. They need their own process. Because obviously in Philly you have a process to trust. What about out in Brooklyn? Because the 2 teams in New York, they are just, I don't know what to say. The Knicks don't know what they're doing. And the Nets are even worse, and that says something because it's hard to be worse than the Knicks. Or have a worse front office than the Knicks. Alright, next team. Might get some controversy, and I don't know if they're going to win. But I'm going with the Thunder as my next team. The Thunder are a good team. I think they're underrated. Obviously, Russell Westbrook isn't underrated. I think Westbrook deserves to win MVP. I think James Harden will win MVP. But, yeah. I don't know if the Thunder are going to win. Maybe some Thunder fans are going to vote for them, but I don't think they're going to win because I don't think a lot of people like the Thunder. I like the Thunder. I'm obviously a Pistons fan, but the Thunder are up there. The Thunder, I like the Spurs a lot. I like the Timberwolves. Those are probably my next 3 teams because the Spurs, they're just a selfless team. They have a lot of class. I'm a big Kawhi Leonard fan because Kawhi just got nothing. He's just a stud. And I like the Timberwolves because I like young players. I'm a big Towns fan. I'm a big Wiggins fan. I'm a big Kansas Jayhawks fan. So there's Wiggins. The Pelicans are kind of interesting too. But the Pelicans aren't in this vote. But anyway, the Thunder will be a lot of fun. Building around Russell Westbrook to see what they could do. I did do an 82-0 on the Thunder, but that's extremely unrealistic. This is going to be realistic. We're probably not going to get Markelle Fultz and Josh Jackson and DeAndre Ayton. That would be absolutely nuts. They did make that Oladipo trade, the Serge Ibaka trade, DeMontis Sabonis. I like that a lot. I would plan on keeping Victor Oladipo as well as Steven Adams. I think that can be a good core for Westbrook. Maybe just one more good player, like Griffin perhaps. If they could sign Blake Griffin in free agency, I think this team is a top 3 team in the West. With Westbrook, Griffin, Oladipo, and Steven Adams, I think that would be sick. And Enes Kanter off the bench. How old is Enes Kanter going to be out? I don't know. I know he punched the chair and he's going to have surgery or something. But yeah, the Thunder would be a lot of fun. I would love to play with Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook is probably my 4th favorite player, which doesn't seem very high. Behind Andre Drummond, Stanley Johnson, and Paul George. Even though Paul George was a traitor. You traitor! You traded all the Baltimore Sailors. So now we're going to go to the next team. The next team is the Minnesota Timberwolves. Timberwolves have a lot of young talent. Towns, Wiggins, Levine, etc., etc. I'm a big Jayhawk fan. So there's that. Yeah. Chris Dunn. There's been a lot of Ricky Rubio trade rumors as well. I think they do need to get rid of him. So Pistons for Reggie Jackson. Heck no. No. I would not want that. Maybe slip him that 1st round pick this year and I would do that. But that would be terrible. Something I would do is Zach LaVine for Reggie Jackson. I would do that as a Pistons fan. I love that. I like Reggie Jackson, but I'll take Zach LaVine. Ricky Rubio, absolutely not. Because Ricky Rubio, he can't shoot for his life. All we can do is pass and defender. That was really bad. Towns would obviously stay. Wiggins would obviously stay. Levine would probably stay. Guys are probably mad at me for trading him in the Sailors thing with the DeMarcus Cousins deal. But anyway, it's not obviously not a knock on Zach Levine. It's just that I want to stay loyal to Norman Powell. Oh, come on, DeAndre. That would have been a sick dunk by Mr. Towns, the mayor. I'm gonna call him the mayor of Minneapolis. Carl Anthony Towns. That is if we did the Timberwolves, honestly. But the Timberwolves are an interesting team. They have a lot of talent. They just haven't been able to put their pieces together, and they're still not a good team. At the beginning of the year, I picked them to just miss out on the playoffs. And I picked the Suns to make the playoffs, and the Suns are like the third worst team in the league. Which obviously that was a bad pick. Very bad pick. But yeah, I think Timberwolves would be a whole lot of fun. Wiggins and Towns. Levine. I like Gorgie Jang. No one likes Gorgie Jang. Not like in popularity, but what I mean by that is no one knows him. And I think Gorgie Jang is a really good player. I just think people need to know him. And this man, Carl Anthony Towns, is a bull. But Carl Anthony Towns is an animal. Carl Anthony Towns is definitely a snub from this year's All-Star game. He definitely deserves to make it. Because he, what the heck? That's why Ricky Rubio stinks. He's then Luke Mbah-a-Moute almost got free to go. We need to get rid of Ricky Rubio. We're probably not going to do it right away, because remember, this has to stay realistic. But I want to make a shot with Wiggins. Nope, that's not going to happen today. And the last team on the list is the Seattle Supersonics, an expansion team. We already have the Sailors expansion MyLeague, and that's going to go on until 2K18 comes out, no doubt. But that's extremely unrealistic of all the trades and stuff. Getting Paul George year one, signing LeBron year one. So what we would do is we would not start in the offseason. That was an incredibly stupid move on my part. I think it's made it a little more fun because we've had a good player, Paul George, not Boogie. But I just think that made it unrealistic. And the Sailors won 49 games year one. It doesn't really make any sense. They had a solid team. I mean, Paul George, Jamal Murray. I mean, that's not that impressive. Norman Powell. And then 69 wins for next year. And all we had was the extra pieces were like Harry Giles and Bradley Beal and Stanley Johnson. But I think Supersonics would be a lot of fun. So yeah, vote down below which of these. I'll probably make a straw poll. I'll make a straw poll for which team you guys want. Peace out, everybody.